It's Friday, and I am dedicating this weekend to get a lot done. But I'm not rushing through it, trust me. So I took out some things. I've got a number of things lying around this room for presentation purposes. Yesterday, you seen that I cleaned out my closet behind me. Now, when I say cleaned it out, what I really mean is I emptied it out. I want to talk to you about having your dressing room fully loaded, implementing things in here or things in your room, in your space, whatever you're going to be using that space for, where it'll have everything you need at your fingertips. Okay, so you know my background story, that I have never been able to organize everything in my life. A lot of women are single for a long time, and then they have children, and it's a busy motherhood from there. I did it differently. I had my first two at 19 years old, and so that was my youth. So from 19 to 61, this is what you get. This is where I am. Love my life, don't get me wrong. And really excited about all the things that I get to do to focus on myself and to really enjoy every little thing that I do today. So I'm going to take my ring off because I've been walking around doing a whole lot of organizing. When I say organizing, I don't mean really putting things in its place, but I've been taking things out of its place just so I could show you some things. And my hands are really dry. And so yes, this is a dressing room. So in this dressing room, you want it to be fully loaded, filled with everything that you can think of that you would need. So I needed, my hands were dry, I needed lotion, and voila, it was right in the cabinet, right there. I didn't have to go in my bedroom to get it. So yes, there are going to be things that are going to be duplicated. I'll have lotion in my bathroom, lotion in my bedroom, lotion in the dressing room. Okay, it just makes sense. Okay, so I mentioned about cleaning, and I said I really didn't clean. What I did was I emptied. So I have a table in front of me, and I'm going to put a few things up here that I want to talk to you about. But I put items in this closet, like I said, for presentation purposes, because I want to show you what I'm doing with these things, because we're talking about organizing, and we're talking about really pulling ourselves together, because I know I'm not the only one. Okay, I know that for sure. And so after I tell you what's going on with all this stuff and why it's here, I'm going to, as I tell you about these items, I'm going to be taking it out. I'm going to take these items out. So this closet is going to end up empty again. And then once it's empty, that's when I'm going to start my cleaning. So I said I'm breaking it down to segments. I'm organizing one space at a time because I want to put my whole heart in. I want to exhaust my ideas for organization. I'm trying to think of everything. So today, as I was running around, pulling things together that I could go over with you, I kept getting a lot of ideas. It didn't even make sense for me to sit down here and start writing everything that's in my head, because I already started orchestrating a lot of things already, and then I'm just going to keep coming up with more ideas. So now that I'm at this stage, I didn't want to take any more time away from presenting this to you tonight. So I'm going to just go ahead and write things down as I go along, because that's basically what's going to be happening. I'm going to have to write it down in front of you as we discuss it. So, you'll be my girlfriends, and it's like we're in the same room, but I get to do all the talking. Okay, so if you have comments, questions, please send me a comment, ask a question, Don't let me feel like I'm doing all the talking, please, because I can learn from you too, and I do. Those of you who have YouTube channels, I learn from you too. And a lot of times if I see you decorating or organizing, I'm not doing it with you. I may just be relaxing, but this time I'm working. So we all have our differences when it comes to how we want to organize, because we all have our own styles. So I watch a lot of videos and I see a lot of things that people do, and it may not be my style, but I still enjoy watching it. You know, it may work for them, but it may not work for me. So that's the same thing here. What you see me do may not work for you, but it works for me. Now I know that there is one person who's watching, and I know that's one of my daughters. Let's shout out to Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. Okay, because Lindsay mentioned to me, she's a mom of 3 daughters, and she is where I was years ago, so I'm sure she can identify because she's going through it. And so she spends a lot of time, resources, money, thinking, homeschooling. She's doing it all for her children, for her daughters, and she enjoys doing it. I was there. I feel the same way. Okay, but what I'm trying to get Lindsay to understand is don't lose yourself. Okay, don't lose yourself. Not so much that you'll regret it, but you're gonna feel so behind. You understand? And it's important that you grow. It's important that you grow all through your life as your children are growing. Your children are getting older. You're celebrating their birthdays, but when it comes to you, it's like it doesn't matter. I know what that feels like. I've been there. Okay? So I'm trying to encourage Lindsay not to lose herself and to join in with what we're doing here. And so she said, I'll watch, because I want to do that for my girls. So what I'm doing here in this closet, she wants to organize her daughter's clothing. And I think that's a great idea, because that's exactly what needs to be done. If Lindsay doesn't have a whole lot and over-accumulation of clothing right now, that's fine, okay? Because what she has, she can manage. So I'm not going to tell her that she shouldn't be doing that, because I know that it was something I had to do. But like I said, I had a lot of stuff and I was just storing it, okay? So there's a big difference. She's not storing it. She's managing her items, and what she has in overabundance is her children's items, and that needs to be managed. So stay tuned, Lindsay, and for the rest of you, because I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? Okay, first item up. This is a basket. Now, when I received this basket, it was a gift, and it was filled with cheeses and cookies and crackers and just a whole bunch of goodies. And I got this basket from my daughter Lindsay from her mother-in-law, and I was very, very grateful for it because I saw that it was recyclable. Now let me show you just how things can just fall in place, and you won't know it until you touch something and then say to yourself, you know what, let me see if it works in there. So like you get a picture in your mind that something's just gonna fit, and then you try it out and it's a perfect fit. So now this is not something that I would use in my closet, okay? Maybe you could use it in your closet, but I'm gonna show you how it works, okay? Now, so as I said, I'm organizing my bedroom, my office / craft room, and this area, my dressing room. So I had purchased this from Target some years ago because I still, like I said, hadn't organized myself. So I knew it was going to come in handy. But it's a Nate Berkus hanging file folder. Okay. Now I had been accumulating these file folders from Target, Nate Berkus, and they were marked down. It was on clearance, for $3.48, which wasn't really it wasn't a great price, because the regular price was $4.98. That wasn't even $1 off. But I wanted it because it could fit perfectly on here. And I liked the fact that it had a lot of color. Okay, so what I did was I put it on here. So it fit perfectly on here. So that was fine, that it fit perfectly on here. And as you see, I have a lot of different ones. These were less expensive. This was, I think, 4 in a pack. No, 2 for $1. So 2 in a pack. So I got a whole lot of them. Let me just show you. So this is going to be for my office. I got more, but I want to show you what I discovered. Okay, so I was in my room organizing one day, and this was over a year ago, and I went into this basket, and I thought to myself, I wonder if this would fit in here, and I tried it. And it does perfectly. Look at that. It fits in here perfectly. And so just so that I don't have these things hanging around this room, I'm going to put the rest of them back in here. Okay? And so they all fit nicely inside this basket. So why I'm sharing this with you is that I want you to think outside the box, and I want you to begin thinking about other uses for an item, okay?